Our top focus story is from Anantnag in Jammu and Kashmir, where separatists have once again waved the ISIS flags. These were two youngsters who, on the death anniversary of a separatist leader, Qazi Nisar Ahmed, in the Anantnag area, were waving ISIS flags. This is the second such incident in Anantnag. Last Friday too, ISIS flags surfaced near a mosque. That time it was in Srinagar. This is the security concern, a challenge for the security forces. Intelligence agencies are saying that these youngsters are literally being paid from across the border in Pakistan to wave ISIS flags to show all is not well in Jammu and Kashmir. What sources are telling India today that this could well have an impact on tourism in Jammu and Kashmir, because the situation that shows there is tension could adversely affect tourism across Jammu and Kashmir. Joining me now is my colleague Shujaul Haq. Shuja, describe to us what was happening in Anantnag, the circumstances in which these flags were waved.
Well, that's right. A few ISIS flags have been seen in the Lal Chowk area of Anantnag town. Remember, today was a march towards Sopore call given by most separatist parties. Also, Anantnag town is also observing 21st death anniversary of Qazi Nisar. We don't exactly know what was the reason and the motive behind this particular incident, but yes, sources in the police suggest that a couple of youth were seen carrying a black flag which resembled the symbols of the ISIS.
Now, similar flags, Shuja, have been waved in the past. Authorities, from what sources tell us, identified some of these youngsters, some of these misguided youth. Who are these people? Why are they doing this? What action is being taken in such cases?
Well, that's right. This is not the first time that an incident like this has happened. In fact, in Srinagar also, just a couple of weeks back, there were ISIS flags that were displayed. Though a case was registered in that case, in that particular incident, and also some arrests were made. We are given to understand by the police and the investigators that most of these people were local youth. And who had somehow gotten these flags and did display them in Srinagar. It remains to be seen, what action will be taken against those who were involved in this particular incident, in today's incident. But so far, the sense that one gets is that most of these boys do not seem to be a part of the larger scheme, or it doesn't seem to be a lot of seriousness doesn't seem to be given to these incidents. Remember last time, there were the feelers given out by the authorities that these were acts committed by these juveniles and they will be dealt with accordingly.
Juvenile behavior is how authorities are describing these misguided youngsters who are waving ISIS flags in parts of Kashmir. I also want to bring in India Today's Ashraf Wani, and Ashraf has been speaking to his sources in the police and the intelligence agencies. Ashraf, what more can you add about these youngsters and why are they waving ISIS flags?
Yeah, Gaurav, basically this is the second incident in the week, and there seems something kind of the ideology which is being pampered by any kind of force or any kind of vested interest in the valley. Otherwise, a few days back, Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, the hardline separatist leader, categorically issued a statement in the daily papers where he said to the youth of the valley that they should not display the ISIS flag as it diminishes the image of the separatist leaders and the cause of Kashmir. So, despite keeping these all appeals by the Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani aside, and still today we have seen not many more youths, but only 2 youths with a symbolic flag of the ISIS.
Okay.
Then that seems that there is some kind of grip being put by the international terror groups in the valley, who, aside from the other groups which were already in the valley, which were the park sponsored, which were the park helped, or the indigenous in the valley, but there is somehow a desperate attempt by some sections of people to carry the agenda of global terrorism, the global terror organizations through in a valley, not only in the valley but even in other parts of the country. As you have earlier mentioned, I was listening early in the morning today that some intelligence agencies have issued the alert on the suspect of IS-10 target its specific targets in the India, and that is true. Probably these things are a small startings of this larger game by the
sinister larger game could be afoot. Ashravani, for the moment, many thanks for joining me.